best. They are the best. They can play anything, anytime, anywhere, when they are sober. We appreciate them showing up sober on Sundays. This is, okay. Good morning, everyone. Hey, it's another beautiful day out there, and we're going to have a beautiful opportunity to share together in Fellowship Hall. After the service, we're going to have a potluck. You're surely going to want to come to this because we have some really great questions to discuss at each table. So you're going to be involved, and you're going to be loving it. Is there anybody here from another unity? Okay, is there anybody here for the first time? Oh, look at this. Raise your hands high. We have a gift for you. Yeah. Keep your hand up. Our ushers have to see your hand. Come down and give you a gift. All right. Okay. All right. Hey, you missed a girl right there. Right there. Raise your hand. She's not raising it. Okay. Good. At the bottom of that bag is a key, are the keys to a new Lexus. Out in the parking lot, you'll see it. It's great having you all here today, and we're going to enjoy this day because we've got a beautiful thing to know that's going to be shared by Santisha, the minister of this service, coming up. Look forward to it.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Unity of Boulder. Those of you who are joining us here in person and those of you who are joining us online, thank you for spending some time with us today. Today is our Welcome Back Sunday, so we've got a lot of events going on here today. Jack already mentioned that we're having a potluck after this service. If you have a dish to share, please bring it, take it on into the kitchen, and they'll get it ready and get it all set up. But even if you don't have a dish to share, please just come join us and have fun. There's plenty of food, so just come hang out with us. It's always a great time. And while you're at it, we've got a bouncy castle outside. Take your kids out there, let them play around for a while. We'll have that up till about 1:30 today, so please use it, have fun with it. We've got a few upcoming events here at Unity of Boulder that we're really excited about. We have September 22nd and 23rd, we have Sonatum Carr coming, doing 2 nights of concerts right here in this room, on this stage. And she is a world-renowned musician in spiritual music, and we actually play her music here in this building all the time, so we're really excited to have her. You can go to our website, and it has a link to get tickets for it, so please check that out. I know there's not a whole lot left, so if you're interested in that, get on that quick. And coming up Tuesday, September 5th, Santisha is going to restart her prosperity class, and this is her Prosperity Secrets of the Ages class, and this is the class that Santisha has the most passion for and is extremely knowledgeable about. Her and I, we live our lives through the teachings of this class, and I can't say enough about it. I've taken it myself. It's a 5-week class. It's 5 Tuesdays in a row from 6:30 to 8:30. It's $100 for the whole class, and we have the book in stock in the bookstore, so you can go right in there and buy it, sign up for it. You can sign up online. You can call us over the phone, but definitely sign up for that one. And if you sign up early, it helps us out. It really helps Santisha prepare all the materials that she gives out during that class. But sign up for it. It is the class on prosperity that you'll never forget. So have a wonderful service. Enjoy the day. Please join us for the potluck. Thank you. Yes. Do you have something to say, Melinda?
I just want to invite any high school age or middle school age individuals that are in the seats right now to come downstairs and join us. We've got some fun things to do. We have a great youth program downstairs. Sunday school Uniteens, which is middle school, YAU, which is high school age. We got some fun, swaggy, fun little gifts that we're giving out to any new members and returning members, and we would love for you to join us. Is there any who would be brave enough to come join us right now? Yes, no? All right, we are always downstairs, so please come join us whenever you feel ready, if you want to.
That's Melinda Malik here. She's the director of our YOU. That's our high school age students. So if you have if any out here have any high school age kids or friends who have kids, if you'd like to send them here to check it out, they have a lot of fun. They go to a lot of rallies and meet other kids of their same age that are into the same things that we teach here at Unity. So thank you very much.
Good morning. Welcome to Unity this morning. So this is the moment in our service which is a call to prayer. If you're facing a challenge in your life right now, or you have family or friends that are facing a challenge, we have sheets in front of you that you can fill their names in. You don't have to say what the issue is, because Spirit already knows what we need before we even ask. This is really a practice of us aligning with this greater power, this greater love we call God, Source, Spirit, whatever makes you feel deeply connected. And it's always okay to write your own name on that piece of paper. And Steve Sheets will come down and collect those pieces of paper and put them in our prayer box over here, which is prayed over here in-house for 30 days every evening with our prayer team, and then they'll be sent off to Unity Village to Silent Unity and prayed over for another 30 days. So now we're going to invite you to sing. They say to sing is to pray twice, and I invite my daughter Arenya and my mom Norma to lead you into this.
You are the air I breathe. Sing with us. You are the air I breathe. Your holy presence living in me. And I'm grateful for you. And I'm grateful for you. You are the air I breathe. You are the air I breathe. Your holy presence living in me. And I'm grateful for you. And I'm grateful for you. I'm grateful for you.
Well, we want you to stand now, and we want you to sing with us our opening hymn. We've done it many, many times, and don't be afraid of what you sound like. It doesn't matter. Just sing out, get that feeling. Okay, here we go.
Creator good to all that we see, to all that we need, as close as every breath that's taken. Feel the light beaming through, He is guiding our way. Creation can move the mountains. We're good to all that we see, to all that we need, as close as every breath that's taken. Feel the light beaming through, He is guiding our way. Shine your light in, let the whole world see. We're singing, shine your light in, let the whole world see. We're singing, shine your light in, let the whole world see. We're singing, shine your light in, let the whole world see. Shine your light through me. Shine your light through me. Shine your light through me. Shine your light through me.
Great singing. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you. Thank you, honey. Okay. Got an obstacle course up here. Oh, it's nice to see all of you here. Welcome to Unity. Thank you, Arinya and my mom, for starting us off in such a powerful and beautiful way. You guys were really singing. I could hear you. It was wonderful. I love that. Doesn't it feel good to sing? It just opens our hearts up. We can't think about the troubles of our life when we're busy connecting with this ethereal realm that happens when we connect with this part of us that thought can't be part of. It quiets that mind chatter that talks us out of all the loveliness of life when we sing songs. So today I just wanted to start in deep gratitude. We had volunteers this week that made this church look so beautiful. Did you notice how amazing this place looks today? And I just want to recognize them today. I want to say their names out loud so we can recognize people that are serving the center and giving tirelessly to it. So I want to thank Zoe Wilkie, Ed Bruder, Robin Laurel, Holly Hosner, Laura Hansen-Beard, Donna Roderick, and of course our staff, who has worked tirelessly as well, Mike Shadle, Steve Hayes, Heather Bilyeu, and Michelle Pulo. And, you know, there was a lot of cleanup to do on this property, and today I could feel such a difference energetically when we clean out the closets. You know, when we go in and we clean out the clutter in our lives. It's a good, you know, it's one of the practices I use in my prosperity classes, is that you have to clean out the areas that are cluttered in our lives. And it's really an outer symbolic thing of an inner journey to clear out the clutter so that we can open up for wonderful things to come into our lives. And that's why it's important to keep clean desks and clean cars and a clean life, because when it's in discord, it's hard to be pure of spirit, pure of mind. It's reverence to keep things in order, to be organized, right? The universe works in a beautiful order. The law of attraction is part of that gorgeousness. And when you can kind of tell when we're off, when you notice that everything is a mess in your car and a mess in your house, you're like, this might be an outer reflection of what's going on inside of me. So today my talk title is, This is the World You've Created. This is the world you've created. When you remember and resolve this truth within yourself, it opens up your choice to continue on the trajectory you're on. It also opens the door to take an inventory of what is working and what is not. Then creating a world you want. We create a world of what we want when we know what we actually want. A big part of my prosperity class is the first class. We will write everything down that is not working. It's a really good way to figure out what we want, right? Because a lot of times when I'm in counseling, a big part of the sharing is what they do not want. But when I ask them what they do, it's like blank. Oh, I'm so fixated on complaining about this thing that is not working in my life, and I'm so focused on it that we're just manifesting more and more of this thing we do not want, because what we put our mind upon, we attract to our lives, right? So when we utilize the idea that something's not working in our life and we look at the contrast of what the want is from the complaint, then we can change that energy and start focusing towards affirming those things coming to us, aligning ourselves energetically, and realizing that we are the ones that have created our life. It's a tough one when things feel like they keep landing on our lap and it feels like it's outside of ourselves, and we go, no, I am a victim of this. No, that wasn't fair. Things are being done to me. To be in a victimhood is sometimes a very comfortable place for people to be. And that's why the unity journey isn't the easiest path. People say, well, there's no dogma in unity. We don't have any certain thing that you have to do to have Jesus accept you, so therefore then God accepts you and then gives you favor. But you have to hold yourself accountable for the actions in your life, what you're harboring in your image and likeness as a perfect child of God. You're the one that's the conduit for everything that's going out. So when things look like they're landing in your lap, that seems outside of yourself, if you really look down at what you're harboring vibrationally in thought and mind and what you're sharing with others, you'll probably find a direct correlation or a trauma response, right? A lot of times things land in our lap because we haven't healed an early trauma, right? And so there's a trauma bonding in it, so we keep attracting things that keep having to face this thing that we actually really, really, really need to heal. We really, really have to visit that thing that keeps us living small and maybe avoiding big expansions in life because there's just this one thing that we just can't quite heal or forgive or let go of, right? So if this is the world you've created, how do you think you're doing right now? Let's take an inventory. Great, put your hands up. Mediocre? Totally lame right now? Right? There's a truth tell, right? None of you are being judged here. You're merely observing your own experience. And that's a beautiful place to be, in the totally mediocre place and not feeling like things are great, right? Because you can only go up from there. There's a baseline. When we recognize that there's consciousness in knowing this baseline, we can build from there. So how do you think you are doing with that so far? So think being the key word in this statement. In Unity's principles, there's 5 of them, 3 of the 5th basic principles. It says, human beings create their experiences by the activity of their thinking. Everything in the manifest realm has its beginning in thought. Everything in the manifest realm is beginning in thought. And I really like this because Alan Watts is one of my favorite gurus because he's just so profound, and so just to listen to a man that just, you can just hear spirit just speaks through him. This is what he says on the same topic. All that you see out in front of you is how you feel inside your head. Oh. All that you see out in front of you is how you feel inside your head. So really what this is bringing up is, all of us have a chatter that happens in our minds. And is the default set in your mind and thoughts and thinking, and is it in a dream state where you're visualizing and discussing with self all that you want to create as this divine being in this world, knowing this inner power that you are? Or are you in fear of the world? Are you letting the trials and tribulations of this outer experience bleed into this inner spiritual light being that you are? And so therefore then holding and harboring energies in your head that has this incessant chatter of discord, dis-ease. Right? So it's really important to take to task our minds and what we are holding in our mind's eye. Lately I've been feeling really connected to my Native American upbringing. And I haven't a lot of my life, my adult life, because it was so shoved down my throat by my mother my whole childhood, that it made me kind of like go away from it. Not a lot of the ways I raised my kids, but just really pondering the practices that she so completely, diligently stayed on top of us to really walk carefully in this world. In this, like, to the point where you don't step on a bug, and if you did, she'd point it out. Like, you walk like toe first. You know, when you see when they dance, there's this toe first, the way they do it. And it's all about this consciousness of what we're bringing energetically to this world, down to the smallest insect, that we are here to be protectors of them as well. And I think the phase that I'm in life is about softening into this life more. You know, I've been a very busy adult, I've been a very busy mother, I've been busy, and I've been a lot of a human doing instead of a human being. And the divine feminine has been on my mind a lot lately too. Noticing where there's still there's a lean towards the masculine energy in this world where the divine feminine needs to start to balance it all out. Because we know that the women are the keepers of the earth. And if I was more in alignment with my own divine feminine, I think I'd be a little softer in other areas of my life. And I think a lot of us women are feeling that it's hard for us to really express from that divine feminine in a masculine world. And so we're losing these parts of softness that's so needed in the interaction, in the mirroring, in the experience of male and female. They're both very important, but a balancing is what I'm talking about. And I was thinking about thinking and monkey chatter and the thought processes that keep us living out of alignment with what we truly know is divine. Know that we're enough. Knowing that we are loved and needed and necessary and divinely called. But so many of us kind of walk around cut off from really feeling that type of depth of understanding of our divine purpose here as human beings it's like spiritual beings having a human experience. Spiritual beings first. I was thinking about the thinking and how in many indigenous tribes, when babies were born, that soft spot on the top of their head was very honored because this is the connection to the soul life. The part of us that always has an interaction to the ethereal, to the other side, to the divine wisdom of ancestors, spirit guides, spirit altogether, Mother Earth, all of it. And they would rub oils like castor oil and sweet potatoes and all sorts of things that actually nurtured this to stay open. Because you know that the skull eventually closes in a perfect braid, but in the indigenous world, it was about keeping this part open. And I realized while I was thinking about this, which is a practice my mom did with all of us, and I did with my children, that's what my meditation always is. There's no right meditation, there's no right prayer. This is the thing I want to explain what unity is. Unity isn't a direct path that's going to be exactly how you have to do it. You get to be uniquely who you are on your path from any religious tradition. Wherever you meet unity, it just holds a space of love for you to grow more and more. And the goal is awakening. The goal is coming into the highest version of your soul's journey this lifetime. And this is a community to hold that space for all of it. There's no right or wrong way, but this is one of the ways is to open up that there is this direct knowledge to the ethereal realm, the spiritual realm. When we're feeling lost, we're feeling afraid, we're feeling disconnected, to witness that all of that knowledge that you came from as soul is always interacting through your being. So the visualization of that light, that knowledge, that understanding, that good, that healing, whatever it is that you're seeking to come into your life has been a powerful one that I've practiced every morning when I'm meditating. It's not words. It's barely affirmations. I just visualize harpsichord sounds and light entering my soul. Everything that this soul came in with and has learned this lifetime, and to build on that. So, Unity of Boulder, if you're new today, is a spiritual center that facilitates the modern-day quest for personal transformation. Unity's fully diversified programs include Sunday services, weekly classes, meditation classes, which Jack is going to start teaching on Wednesdays during the meditation, and gatherings and discussion groups on top of a full youth program for children 3 years old all the way to 18 years old. We use the inspired writings and teachings of enlightened people of every historic period, including Jesus, and very importantly, the founders of Unity, Charles and Myrtle Fillmore. Unity acknowledges God as the omnipresent, creative, healing source within each and every person. So, with what that's saying is, yes, we follow the Bible. Most importantly, we follow the teachings of Jesus directly from Jesus. That's where we are considered a Christian New Thought church. But the rest of it, where they write about Jesus and all that, that's not important to us. We want to hear from the mouth of the seer that preceded us that said, you are made in the image and likeness of God. You can work the same miracles as I did if you go to the Father, which is this whole idea that I just talked about, with this higher consciousness, knowing that you're going to the Father directly before you eat, drink coffee, that you roll out of bed and you sit in nature or sit in a way that you can listen to music that heightens consciousness. Because ultimately the goal is also to create this type of space for our children, for them to resonate in these type of high vibrations, and then they can come here on Sunday and learn about their intuition and second sight and the thought that they have this divine power, so we don't have to be this old and we're figuring it out now. They have it from this little mystical age because they already basically are just being reminded of something they just left. So when you catch them that young, they become these divine beings so young. And they transform worlds. They transform everything. When we can find joy in the midst of a world that we are in right now, that is the goal. When we can find peace within ourselves in a world like this right now, that is the goal. Living within that eye of the storm. So, I was speaking with a friend this week that is really having a tough time right now. She was let go from a job she's had for over 20 years. She just turned 50 years old. And it has put her in a state that I've never seen her in. She's questioning every decision she has made up to this point, doubting herself. She's feeling like she is not where she had planned to be at that point. Have you ever been in that situation? Like, I thought I was going to be so much further by the time I turned 50. These timelines that we put on ourselves just disappoint us, right? And sometimes we rock and we're like, I made it to that goal. But when we didn't, it's like, who would have thought you're going to start and reinvent a career at 50 years old? And I understand that, right? And feeling a sense of loss with not any preparation that this was even coming. And she shared with me that she was in meditation and she'd lost her father last December. And she beckoned a connection with her dad and said, Dad, are you with me? You know, I want to know you're with me during this time. And so she gave some very specific, clear pictures that would make her know. And she said if she came across a lit candle that day, or she saw the numbers 444, which has some signification in her life, which I'm not sure exactly. I mean, usually those are spiritual numbers, and we know all that. And then not within a half hour, she talked to a friend on the phone, and she said, what are you doing? And her friend said, I'm just heading in the store real quick to get a lighter to light my candles at home. She goes, well, do you think that was it? Do you think that was my dad connecting with me about the lit candle that I said? And it was all this questioning, like this doubt, like it never is exactly how you say it. And it's like, is it synchronistic or is that just a weird chance situation, right? And it's like, of course that was your dad. How was the candle going to get lit? Were you going to a Catholic church with lit candle? I mean, were you in some sort of effort to have like a candle like lit at your house when you were there? I mean, she's going to get a lighter to light a candle. That was your dad connecting, but we tend to negate the power of spirit, especially ancestral, like parents and things like that. When you live in this type of flow and you understand that this stuff is real, you don't question it. You get chills and you cry. You go, wow, this life, this spiritual life, this divine life that I live in, when you really look through a view that all of it is divine. All of it is communication. All of it is support. When you're allowing and open to it, it's dreamy. In Spiritual Economics by Eric Budworth, who is a renowned Unity minister, writes this. Who has not exclaimed at some low moment of her life, "My life has no meaning"? This sense of meaninglessness is the greatest cause of depression. Only you have meaning. It makes about as much sense to say my life has no meaning as it does to stand in a dark cave with an unlit flashlight in your hand and say, this place had no light. Jesus would say, let your light shine. Meaning is not to be found out there in a job, in a person, or in a relationship. Meaning is something you release from within yourself. And I used this one last week. I didn't really get to the point of it. And so, meaning, we make the meaning, right? And so often we look to things like love and peace and joy and abundance, and it's stuff that happens out here towards us. Somebody loves us, somebody enriches us, or someone, But the truth is, everything that we truly experience is expanded within us. Love. Making the meaning of love is us. That gushiness when we wake up and we enfold our being with love and express out in the world when God says, I need you to hug this person. I need you to ask this person if they would like to talk right now. Or you need to ask this person if they'd like to pray today. When you become this person that you are peace, you are love. You make the meaning of these things. You don't need somebody else to bring these things in your life. We think something else can fill an empty glass, but the glass fills from within, deeply within ourselves. So us making the meaning of these things is very interesting. There's a lot of talk about positive thinking in unity. Normally it is considered purely in an outer center context, thinking positively to make things happen out there. In a sense, there is no such thing as positive and negative thinking, only the use we choose to make of the creative power of thought. Thought is always creative. The power we use to make ourselves sick is the same power we use to make ourselves well. The dynamics of the universe, flow is a positive stream. So when we speak or think negatively, we frustrate the flow of this stream. The dynamics of the universe flow is a positive stream. That's the natural state. So when we speak or think negatively, we frustrate the flow of this stream. So it's counter-natural to be negativity. So why are we in so much negativity in our thought process? So it's saying it's the same thing. We can either make blessings or we can make ills in our beings, because it comes from the same place. It comes from this creative source. What are we choosing to harbor and bring into the spiritual mind, into our thoughts, into our words? Are we flowing with the natural creative flow, which is positive thoughts? So the choice to think positively sustains us within the stream. It is the will to give way to the inner flow. When we are doing negative thoughts, is what that's saying is you're going against the natural flow of life. Because the natural flow wants to be in positivity. The natural flow wants to be empowered. The natural flow wants to be in light and engaged with others in light. We're pushing against the natural way of this creative thought power. So how do we stay in positivity? The universe is always in a position to give us signs of help when we are in need. Cross family members are always just a thought and a prayer away. When we open up to the truth that the universe is always working for our best good, to arrive and align ourselves with that and let go of doubt when these miraculous and mysterious and synchronistic things occur, it sort of becomes a really fun and magical dance with spirit. You call and there is always a response. She made a call, Dad, I need to know you're here right now. How beautiful is it that Dad appears? There's no age that we are that our parents could cross over 30 years ago and they're not going to connect with us. Right? See, this is the esoteric aspect that your traditional Christians would say, I don't know. That puts you in a lot of divine power to believe that you have this direct connection with God. I mean, isn't there something you have to do to placate, to get this divine favor? You don't. When I've been at the Boulder Creek Festival and the Unity, we have a Unity umbrella and we're all out there promoting unity, and then we have the fundamentalists over here. I've had some fun conversations down there. And I've been attacked. I've been really attacked by the fundamental Christian thing, wanting to see how much I know my Bible and doing the whole bit. And there's like a sense that they were like this over me, and I was like, you know. And I had this hit the last time that I had that, and it was really off-put. I had to actually leave the fair for a little while and just get centered again. And what came to me through divine consciousness was, they are so jealous that we get to have so much fun. It's like, we get to dance here, we get to sing here, we get to be uniquely, exactly what God made us to be. And I'm so sorry that you decided you have to do this whole dogma and this whole trip and this whole thing to be like, do you let me know? Do you let me know? All right. I'll get back to the sermon. So again, I know it sounds like it's an easy path, but what I'm saying is we have to hold ourselves accountable, and that's not an easy thing. Because you can't speak this language of positivity and affirmations and visualizations of all this beautiful energy that God gave us that moves through us as us, and then honk your horn and cuss at people in a car, right? That just doesn't work. The divine alignment is always. It's when it's hard. It's when it's difficult. It's when the baby's been up all night long. It's when your marriage is in a difficult place. It's when you're having those obstacles that are just natural human experiences. Are you stepping into that divine love? Are you the mirror of that divine peace? Are you the caller of this light to keep projecting this so that it is contagious, so that other people take it and they become this kind of light? And that's why it's so much fun to be able to share it in a spiritual center. So some of the signs that spirit guides or spirits that have crossed over when we were looking to have some affirmation that we're having a visit from mom or from God or from spirit guides is repeating numbers. Who's had a spell in your life where things were difficult and you kept having the same numbers you saw on a clock? Yeah. Or just a divine whisper, maybe something where your mom would always say, everything's going to be okay, and all of a sudden you're hearing them say it all the time, and all you want to do is hear them say it, but the truth is you're hearing them say it. But you think that's your memory of them hearing it. See, it's like how we talk ourselves out. They're saying it. They're affirming that you're directly where you need to be. Otherwise, it's billboards with messages you needed to hear. It can be something on the side of a bus. It could just be a plain interaction with somebody, and they just say exactly what you needed to hear. Children, our kids say things sometimes like, whoa. It just blows your mind that it's way beyond their years. And Spirit will have those words come through you, to you. Do you believe that all of that is possible? Because you know it is divine inspiration. I'm getting out of here. You know it is divine inspiration because it hits your heart so hard with a yes. There's a knowing of it from some realm, but a not knowing as well. Something so familiar, and yet why do I know that? You've had that? Something that just hits you, it's a yes, but it's like, I'm remembering something, but I don't remember. Why do I remember that, right? Like it's a gut thing. It's exciting, it's amazing, right? And if you don't believe that we can have a connection with this ethereal realm and divine guidance by spirit guides crossed over, family members. George Bernard Shaw says, people who say that it cannot be done should not interrupt those who are doing it. Right? So I was having an amazing conversation with a Unity minister out of Arizona and a good friend of Unity. She actually came to our church forever before she went into the ministerial program, and it was a week ago Saturday, and I was in a place thinking about the church and thinking about the changes this church is going through, and seeing if we can build up this church and fill it up enough so that we can keep sustaining it financially, or if it's time to shift and follow the times and see where that takes us. It's all very exciting, and it's all very scary, and it's all of it, right? And she was asking me about how things are going, because she watches us on live stream quite a bit. And I shared with some of the stuff that's been coming up, and we were just talking about the world and how it's changed. She's very much a part of the law of attraction and prosperity classes. She's taken my class. She really has that knowledge, and it's what I have and what I teach in my classes. And she said something that stood out to me so much, because it is a different time, and it's not as easy to make things change as it used to. I talked about this last week, that this time is so much more than we think and have. That's the law of attraction. We think, or we speak to, and we have. We affirm, and we have. This is a time where we are growing exponentially spiritually. If you've ever been on a spiritual path, we're being held much more accountable for our isness, our actions in this world. So it's not just the thoughts in our head. It's not just the words. It's not the affirmations. You know what's different now? It's the vibration that we hold. We've all been hearing about that when you get to 5D consciousness, right? Getting into these higher consciousness, you become of higher vibration. And when we do get there and we then speak those words, we affirm, we visualize, it does work the same way. But we can't do it from the 3D. So that major catapult to work spiritually for high consciousness is where we have to get to, because that's where the law of attraction is now meeting us. And she said these words to me. It's no longer a world of manifesting through will. It's now a world of manifesting through surrender. Bummer. No, I'm just kidding. Surrender's not the easiest one, is it? Surrender means we have to accept life. Surrender means we have to let go of will and control. Surrender means we have to be free falling without this intellect dictating absolutely everything, with this mind chatter and all these things where we think we can protect ourselves from falling or skinning our knees. Surrender means we can look upon what we want to create, but then we have to let go of outcomes and have deep faith that God already knows what you need before you ask, but you live in true surrender with that which is needed, which that is being called in your life. And surrender is not possible without the presence of peace within the letting go. This doesn't mean we don't still have the capacity to visualize, affirm, to decree something in our lives. It's just now a deepening into learning to love the process without attachments. That's why we have to meditate. That's what meditation is. It's getting into the center. There's no judgment. There's no fear. There's just centeredness. It's the eye of the storm. It's not proceeding and looking for the future monsters that are coming from whatever situation. It's being with this divine love, remembering that you're made of that love, and really, really softening into that and building faith in that truth. So I'm running out of a little time here. I wanted to talk about, I'm going to have to pass a couple slides real quick. So I'm starting a Prosperity Secrets of the Ages class September 12th. And you probably wonder, well, how can I be teaching a class like this, and how am I going to teach you how to land and stick some of the things you want to create if, now manifestation is about surrender? But we're going to talk about the vibrational pull, and it's going to be a different class than I ever taught before, because it's a different time. I haven't taught this class in over 3 years. How many people have taken my prosperity classes in the past? Yeah, so 15 of you. so even those of you that have taken it before, it will be different. We have a different book, but we only read the book as homework, and then we come in and we do the study group. I teach an interactive class, so I speak on the topic of the night for 20 minutes, and then I put you in groups of 4. You have sheets of paper that you fill out, and then you share them with each other. It's a completely confidential group, so everything that is in that group stays in that group. And then you are given homework to take with you and to practice all week long. And you will be blown away by when you make your focus a spiritual ideal, like opening up to this greater power, this greater love we call God, Source, Spirit, that you will transform an area of your life that might not be working right now, or all areas, depending on all that, that which you're ready to heal and change the tide and attract that which you can feel you're ready to attract, to change into that which is the life that you do want. Because this is the life you've created now. What's the life you want to create? That's what this class is about. So I wanted to do a call to action before I close today. We have all sorts of things going on, and we have this little bag. So when 1 or 2 come together in prayer, that is where God meets us, right? And so I'm asking, since we're trying to build our congregation in person, we seem to be fine online, we need you to come back in person. If you could commit today to putting one of these on your car. You understand that we're all looking for signs and symbols of Spirit to speak to us in this world. If somebody came across this bumper sticker once or twice, like 2 different cars, within 2 days, would that not make you want to look up, what is this choosing unity? If you're willing to do this today, I would really, our staff, this center, would really appreciate you. I know it's a sacrifice to put it on your car. But if this place does it means something to you, please take one of these with you when you leave. And they're out there's a merch table out here. And those of you who are new today, and if you are willing to put one of these in your car, this is for the new people, folks. You get all sorts of goodies. So you get one of these out in the lobby at the table with Zoe. If you're willing to do this call to action today, if this place matters to you, please think about trying to support it, inviting your friends, inviting their kids, inviting them to this beautiful center that has given you healing in your lives, to say, come, you're welcome. I love you. Thank you.
It's all about the consciousness that we bring to this life, accessing Spirit, manifesting Spirit, sharing that, and learning to rely on Spirit. Here at Unity, we are about nothing less than the transformation of this world, the transformation of communities, and the transformation of our lives. So today, when we are asking you to donate, we are asking you to contribute to this vision of placing love first in this world, in our relationships, here, local, right here in Boulder. And we have, here at Unity, we really do surrender to Spirit and listen. Like, how can we show up in a way that does this transformation? And we have new classes, we have dances, we have healing opportunities, we have groups, we have discussions, all these ideas that are coming with the sole purpose of empowering this community to be able to put love out in the world. So we surrender and do our best, and we are asking you today to surrender Spirit and donate. And we have all these ways here, and I'm actually going to edit this. It'll be different next week because, oh wait, I already did. Volunteering. Volunteering is such a great way because, like I said, we have all these activities and we need some people to show up and participate and help us organize. Like today, we were so blessed with all these volunteers, so we have so much to be grateful for. But let's go ahead and, in your hand, take your offering or just hold that energy in your heart, and let's go ahead and bless it with this prayer. Divine love through me blesses and multiplies all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive because I give, because I am in the flow. I'd like to invite Jack up now. We have a special presentation before we go to our music.
You know, there's a lot of things that go on behind the scenes of any ministry, and certainly it happens here at Unity. We have people that do a lot of things and they never get acknowledged for it, but they're doing amazing things. We have prayer people that are always there to pray with you when you have a particular challenge. We have people working in the kitchen. We have people putting out the retreats. We have volunteers who are helping us, you know, go forward and create this ministry, which is, you know, meeting the challenges of a world that is not fully in touch with that divine intelligence and love that we acknowledge here in Unity as God. There is one particular volunteer who is the volunteer of the year right now, but it should be the volunteer of years because he has spent years creating our beautiful garden, which you can visit anytime. Just walk through the parking lot, go to this garden in the back, and people have plots there. They grow vegetables, they grow flowers. But this, I believe, is a long time coming. This is for the Volunteer of the Year, Joel Gutman. Joel, come on up. Joel doesn't just have a green thumb, he has a green being. He can grow beautiful things and does grow beautiful things. He invites all of you to participate in the garden and come back there and have a plot, grow flowers, grow vegetables, be part of something as beautiful as what he has back there. So Joel, I want to present this plaque to you, which is written in this way. Joel Gutman, who served as the hand of God, creating and manifesting a beautiful Unity of Boulder garden. Well done, good and faithful servant. You got anything to say? I don't know if you'll be heard.
You can just
I feel
start.
honored to be a part of Unity. These last number of years that I've found Unity and Course in Miracles and all of you, you know, from a Buddhist point of view, we're all the Sangha, and I love you all, and I look forward to meeting you individually or whatever, you know. Thank you.
If we could just do the unity prayer, which is, I love you, I bless you, and I truly appreciate you, and we behold the Christ in you. We love you, we bless you, we truly appreciate you, and we behold the Christ in you.
Thank you, Joel.
And Renee, back up.
Now a special
Yeah.
closing music.
Okay. And many of you have heard this song many times, so sing along with us. Here we go.
You call me out upon the waters.
beautiful singing. I want to thank my daughter, Rennie, for singing with us today.
Thank you.
And my mom always. And the band, just amazing. All right, we want to let you know that we have prayer partners available to you today. They're standing over here with these beautiful white sashes on. If you have a prayer need, just stay seated in the sanctuary, and they'll come and find you and pray with you. We have our beautiful potluck after this, so join us. Even if you don't have food, we have plenty of food. We have lots of food over there, so come over. We have specific discussion group topics that we're going to talk over food together, and sign up for my prosperity class, I guess. You can do that in the bookstore today, and pick up your bumper sticker at the table over here if you're willing to put it on your car. All right, let's go to I release and I let go.
I release and I let go, and let the Spirit run my life, and my heart is open wide. Yes, I'm only here for God. No more struggle, no more strife. With my faith I see the light. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God. I release and I let go. I let the Spirit run my life, and my heart is open wide. Yes, I'm only here for God. No more struggle, no more strife. With my faith I see the light. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God. I release and I let go.
In the Spirit.
Let the Spirit run my life.
And my heart.
My heart
You sound
is open wide.
Yes,
Yes, I'm only here for God.
No
more struggle, no more strife.
With my
With my
faith.
faith I see the light.
I'm free.
I am free in the Spirit.
Yes, God.
Yes, I'm only here for God. Yes, I'm only here for God. Yes, I'm only here for God.
Beautiful. So we're just going to sing Let There Be Peace on Earth, standing up here because we want to get to the potluck. So here we go. Let's sing it together. We're covering our bases today.
Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. Let there be peace on earth, the peace that was meant to be. With God as creator, family all are we. Let me walk with my family in perfect harmony. Let peace begin with me. Let this be the moment now. With every step I take, let this be my joyous vow. To take each moment and live each moment in peace eternally. Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me.
Gorgeous.